Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Carnivore Ramblings with myself. It's a live Q&A segment. I'll do it every Monday and Friday night, around about 6 p.m. UK time usually. If you've got any questions for me guys, please just put them into the chat. I'll be obliged and answer them as best as I can. Just a quick update for you all. My mum is currently in surgery having a hip replacement. She went in this morning and she's probably just about coming out of theatre right now, so hopefully she'll make it through. Anyway, right, let's look through the chat. Nice to see you as well. Nice to see you, Rick. How's it going? Hey Patrick, nice to see you. Hey Lambs, what's good? Jerome, thanks for making it. Appreciate you taking time out of your day to get her on time. Hey Matthew, how's it going? It'll be like this front to see the audio and video quality. I'm not sure how well it's in sync, but I'm doing the best I can, as you know. For anyone who doesn't know, Matthew and I have had some off-air discussion about trying to sort out my video and audio quality. We've been having an absolute nightmare. Matthew knows exactly what he's doing, so that's Carnivore, in case anyone's wondering. But it's a case of tweaking one knob of my audio because another thing goes wrong. So that's what I seem to notice is a bit of an issue here. Yeah, I wish I had Matthew like he lived down the road. He can sort out my audio for me. But I'm using the first microphone that I actually used on my YouTube channel. It seems to offer me the best quality so far, but yeah, it's a bit frustrating. I don't know if I can screen share this, can I? I don't know if there's an option. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, don't start without me. That'd be dreadful. Yeah, sorry guys. I have had to start half an hour early today because my mum's in surgery. We're going to see her tonight at 7 p.m. UK time. So we want to probably get out of this chat around about 6:15. So roughly 40 minutes from now, I'll be leaving to visit my mum in hospital. So brilliant. Bloody foxes. Do they keep you up at night as well? We live in a neighborhood where we have like the food waste bins out quite often throughout the week, and people collect them, and oftentimes the foxes come to raid them as well. So we hear them in the middle of the night, and it's quite a nuisance. So I imagine you're getting through the same thing. Hello Sheen, how's it going? Haven't been able to catch up with your chat recently. I've had a weird few weeks, honestly. Very weird. We need to catch up sometime. Question. Victor Martinez did a podcast recently talk about using Cialis as pre-workout. Is it the same pre-workout you use? Let me have a look. All this stuff. Yeah, I actually use it for mood, funny enough. I'm using like a quarter of a tablet or something stupid. It works pretty sick. It does work. It does boost your mood as well. I don't know how it works, but it's good to have a mood enhancement effect. I'll probably have to delete this video now after it airs, but we'll see. But yeah, I don't want to promote drug use on this channel at all. I do not advocate for anyone to use any medications unless under medical supervision of a healthcare professional. Pink Queen, hello. Oh, and the other pre-workouts I use are stuff up here. So it's this stuff, polar bear juice. It's got citrulline, betaine anhydrous, L-tyrosine, alpha-GBC, some stimulant stuff, some other patented ingredients we probably don't do anything. Yeah, the main thing I'm after really is the citrulline, the tyrosine, and maybe alpha-GBC. I don't think all these things are necessary at all. They make much difference, but I quite like them before the gym sometimes. It seems to Yeah, placebo boost, if anything. So I'm happy to do that. You're on time, Sheena. Nice one. Taking it easy today. Slipped on a duck turd and twisted my ankle. That's not good. How are you doing health-wise? Any pain relief yet? It's tricky to say. So I've had a flare-up with my lip again for probably the fourth time in 2 or 3 months. I suspect that's what's causing my issue. So my GP has decided, with my permission, put me on long-term antiviral tablets. I do not want to have this virus for a moment longer than I have to have it. It is very frustrating and it does impair every aspect of my life. So I'm going to be using a low dose of an antiviral for probably the next 6 months until my body gets back to my usual resilience and immune response. I've looked at the long-term effects of these sort of things. There's virtually none, at least from what I could read in the 4 scientific peer-reviewed studies I could look at. And yeah, I'm just going to see what happens. But I don't want puffy lip anymore. You already see it looks like I've got filler. I don't know. But yeah, it drives me insane. And as for the pain in my back and hip, not really. I mean, getting out of bed was a bit easier today. It's not getting worse, which is quite noteworthy. So I'll say that much. I'm getting in lots of omega-3 in the diet. I'm not abusing my body. I can't put pressure through my legs, if that makes sense. So I can't really squat properly. So I'm not really doing anything like that at the moment. But my body seems to be maintaining itself very well with the little training I am managing to do, which is definitely sufficient for what I'm trying to achieve. Wish you a speedy recovery. Thank you, Drew. I appreciate that. Yeah, she should be fine. She's quite well physically, quite physically strong. She's not overweight. She doesn't take lots of drugs or anything really. I meant like over-counter medications or nothing like that. So yeah, I think she'll be fine if she follows my advice and listens to her physio and all those sort of other people. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, Sheena. Appreciate that very much. Hello, Sophie. How's it going? You've got 9 people on here today with the impromptu 5:30 UK time in the afternoon or evening start. So brilliant. Nice. Hi, Tracy. How's it going? You good? What is an antiviral? What name? The one I'm using is called a cyclovir. I've used about 3 rounds of it now. So they usually give you, I believe it's 5 lots of 5 tablets. So 25 tablets. Now, the idea that they're suggesting is to use it long-term as like a mild defense. I've looked at studies and it seems to be effective for what I'm trying to achieve, which is not have this virus in my system for a moment longer than I have to. Unfortunately, it is I believe it's what we call a dormant virus. So it's still always in your body, but it gets activated with stress. Now, the last few weeks, I have had extraordinary amount of stress, physical, mental, and it's caused me a lot of grief. So I'm doing my best to avoid possible causes of stress. So just so you guys do know, I'll probably be doing some less recordings over the next few weeks. I've got a few sort of lined up ready, but it might be that I'm not doing 4 or 5 a week. It might be that I'm doing 2 or 3. So I'll probably try and stay on the live Q&As, which you guys seem to enjoy. So it does provide a lot of value to you, I think, especially if you're asking questions. So yeah, it might be that I do 1 or 2 live Q&As a week, then 1 video, like pre-recorded sort of thing. So yeah. But how's it going, Chris? You good? Please put your training and nutrition questions in the chat. I'm happy to discuss anything that you guys have wonders about. I was watching some videos today actually about training, and I was like, people have got it so wrong. Like, I don't know how they've got it so wrong. It's frustrating as hell because there's people out there with more influence than I have. Maybe I've got 2,000 or so subscribers or whatever it is. There's people out there with millions of subscribers that are promoting complete nonsense, stuff that people are going to ultimately try and follow, that doesn't really make sense and is bro science at best. And that's bro science without any kind of, what's the word? Anecdote to back it up. It's just like, just say whatever and see what happens, you know. Let's do, I don't know, let's do, let me think now, what did I hear? Like an 8-hour arm workout or whatever, you know, all these sort of funny things. I think, oh my God. Like, anything that sounds too good to be true probably isn't it. Now, an 8-hour arm workout for me does not sound too good. I would not enjoy that. Probably hurt. So yeah, your best bet is really to stay to, you know, following people that are sensible about training, people that talk about safe training, people that talk about effective training, maximizing muscular stimulus, recovering properly, not training when you're unwell, not forcing things, listening to your body. Anything like that kind of makes sense to me. Now, when you get people saying to break past your plateaus, you need to do X thing, which is ridiculous and sounds like stupid stuff, I probably wouldn't bother doing it. Going to put you further back into recovery and ultimately not lead to your physical development. I think lack of sleep plays a big role in your immune system too. Yeah, you're completely right, Lambs. You're completely right. I think it's all these things that come together, you know. My sleep has been trash. Like sometimes I'm emailing Lambs at like whatever time in the morning in the UK time, and bear in mind he's a few hours ahead. So yeah, I'm looking at that thinking this is not helpful to my long-term health. I'm very conscious of it. I'm very thoughtful about it. The thing is, I'm one of those people that cannot put things down. The amount of time I spent the last few hours trying to sort out my audio quality so you guys could hear me was insane. Believe me. Anyone else would have probably quit. Just given up and just thought solid, you know. But this is currently, as it stands, the best I could do with the 12 hours of twisting the knobs I could possibly manage in terms of the audio quality. The video quality should be better, and I hope it is, because I did buy quite an expensive webcam to do this. However, the limitation of the StreamYard platform that I use is that it only allows me to produce 720p videos in terms of the output quality. So yeah, there's that as well. But we shall progress and see what happens. I've got big goals coming up for my channel and just my website, you know, my services that I offer, because ultimately I'm seriously underselling myself immensely, at least 3 times over in terms of like the price. So I would like to up the ante of everything. I think before I can do that, I need to get back to square one, get everything sorted out, start producing better quality content, provide that drive for people to come onto my channel and listen to what I've got to say. I've got my top off in this video. You know, it's not really me. I'm not really a show-off kind of person. I'm a bodybuilder that does it purely for himself, and I love bodybuilding. But sometimes you have to create that draw. So much like Bart K would be perhaps seen as a bit rude to people at times on his channel. It's a draw to get people to watch him. So my draw probably isn't that. I'm not very good at being mean to people. I'm not have that much experience. So my best bet is using my best set, which apparently is my physical development. People will say, you know, you're in good shape and this, that, and the other. So, you know, why not take my top off in a live video and see what happens? See if we get more clicks or more draw. Because ultimately, what I'm trying to do is, like probably most of you guys know, is earn a sustainable income, provide good quality content, good quality information, provide perfect coaching services if I can, and I also want to provide good value for people at an affordable rate. I don't think I'm asking too much here to charge for these sort of things. I'm giving out around 20 hours per week of live Q&As. Sorry, 20 hours per month of live Q&As. Yeah, I'm not earning a lot of money, but I do appreciate the value of hard work, discipline, and providing value to people. So this is why I'm doing these sort of live Q&As, to put myself out there, give people information that they need. And people do need this information because they're misinformed very often. I have consultations with people all the time, and they're saying, I was told to do this, 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 and this, and it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So brilliant. I agree, Jonathan. Yeah, you have to agree on my channel. We get the boot. No, if anyone does ever disagree with what I say, please just say it into the comments, and I'd be happy to discuss it. I'm not arrogant in the sense that I know everything. Definitely not. But I'm happy to claims or anything that I say in these videos, because ultimately I try to talk about things I know about and I've been doing for a long time, and usually there's some logic around what I'm trying to say. All good, mate. Just hope you're doing good. I agree. The road diet is dangerous at best. Yeah, it may lead to a mental breakdown. It did lead to a mental breakdown. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all. The sugar, people like us, we're perhaps more sensitive to the diet and lifestyle side of things. We have to be a bit more careful than the average person. So we definitely benefit from the diets that we're doing. And I value the videos that you're putting out, because you talk sensibly and it all makes sense to me. You talk about bodybuilding and stuff, so it's cool stuff. If anyone hasn't yet subscribed to Carnivorous Beast, please do. He is a fellow gentleman from the UK. He has a bodybuilding / carnivore diet channel. He's a pretty cool guy, sensible person, has a lovely partner as well. I've spoken to him, and it's definitely worth supporting these sort of people that put out good information, I think. The duck incident gave me a ganglion cyst. Hopefully it goes down on its own. Yeah, that doesn't sound good. Everything's drama with you, Rick. Have you ever tried, like, I don't know, hibernating like a duck? Do they hibernate? Everyone except Bart. What we mean now. Oh, I think don't listen to idiots online. Basically, yeah. Bart makes sense. I had a troll person in my videos recently, and they sort of said, this guy was, I think his name was like, someone put in the chat, what was it? Kenneth or Ken's Magic Tricks or something. I don't know, some rubbish. And this guy, right, was saying, oh, Bart K doesn't know what he's talking about. He's not an expert. You don't know what you're talking about, even a bodybuilder. And I was like, all right, well, here's my Instagram. Here's my news article where I won the nationals in Wales. Like, what do you want? Like, I've got trophies downstairs which tell me that I'm a fucking champion. So, yeah, I say it quite arrogantly, but it's more confidence because I do have the experience to back that up. I have done very well in bodybuilding. Just my physique right now isn't completely 100% in the sense that I can't train how I want to train. So, I can always look back to these experiences and say I've done well and I'm proud of myself. And ultimately, that's all we're trying to do. My fellow man will appreciate that. It's important to have that competitive nature of yourself as part of human evolution. We're born to adapt and thrive. So my kind of way of doing that is bodybuilding. It's not probably the safest way, the healthiest way. You don't have to be the best bodybuilder ever by any means. But if you can achieve something off your own back, your own time, your own willpower, then I think it's got a lot of value to be had, and it does boost your self-esteem. I definitely think that. Never surround the sound. Absolutely. Finding balance is difficult completely. We can hear you. Levels are okay. I'm monitoring of meters. Looks good. That's good to hear. Matthew, can you let me know if my lip audio quality is fine? Because when I see myself on the screen right now, there's like a lag between my mouth moving and what my mouth is actually saying. I don't know. I can't hear the feedback, so it's a bit annoying. Christian Jacek said, hello, sir. I'm carnivore last 9 months. I trained calisthenics for 5 years, and this is my best form to train. Brilliant. Perfect. I'd like to add weight to my exercises for dips, pull-ups, and build muscle mass. I think you've added to that bit. Hold on. I'm 28 years old. Oh, a year older than me. 61 kilos, 10.5% body fat. What would you suggest to do? How to progress? Reps and sets. Best wishes for mother and family. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let me think. Well, you have to train quite close to failure to get stronger. For example, if you're doing 10 repetitions of push-ups and that 10 repetitions is easy, do 11. If 11 is easy, do 12. That sort of thing. If then you get to a point where the repetitions are so high that you just keep moving and moving, you can increase the weight. So to do that, you might wear, for push-ups, for example, you might do push-ups with a rucksack. All you do is you get a big bottle of like water, or some big thick books or a Bible if you're religiously inclined. Add that to your rucksack and do some extra additional resistance. I think you've got to be careful in listening to your body as well. So don't just do loads of push-ups expect to get all those strength building results. It's quite tricky to advise you because I don't really prescribe to individual rep and set schemes. I will say there are people out there that can do one set of a given exercise and get stronger and more muscular. And they might do that 3 or 4 times per week. There's other people that do loads of sets, but when you do loads of sets, the problem is it digs into recovery a lot, and it's hard to measure progress. It's hard to keep recovering beyond a certain point. It says that as well. I'd just be very conscious of not overtraining. So looking at what you're doing. Yeah, I mean, definitely give yourself a slow negative. So when I say slow, I don't mean take 20 seconds. I just mean do it such that you're under control. So train safely as well. So that's one piece of advice I'd give. Unfortunately, your question is a very good one, but it involved probably an hour, maybe 2-hour consultation. It's basically, the question is, how do you train to get better? I could go into so many different rabbit holes here, but it's kind of a case-by-case basis based on what you're currently doing and all your metrics. So it'd be difficult to cover in a video, really. I'd be here for hours. I don't have much time, unfortunately, because I do have to go at around about 6:10, so 17 minutes from now. Thank you, Sheen. I appreciate that. Jonathan is an amazing person. I'm glad that you say this on my channel and prop me, because if you didn't, you'd be blocked and deleted immediately. Get a consult. They are very affordable. Yeah, cheers for that. Yeah, I charge something like, depends where in the world you are, 17 British pounds for a 40-minute consultation, or around about $20.58 for a 40-minute consultation. That's American dollars. Honestly, if you've got the right questions, it's probably the best value thing you could get for your time. Looking back in my sort of training history, if I could have the opportunity to consult with myself now and pay that sum of money, I would. I do quite a few of them actually, so I'd definitely recommend it. When I slid in the duck poop, I was carrying a glass can full of vegetable oil. I twisted my ankle and a cyst appeared last night. It seems to be going down slowly and is painless. Brilliant. Yeah, a prevention of inflammation is very important. I think everyone's focused on getting inflammation down to 0, but our body does have natural tendencies to recover from what we're doing, and that is by providing a sufficient amount of inflammation to provide healing nutrients to the injured tissue. So yeah, brilliant. Probably helps you on a proper diet as well, doesn't it, Rick? What do you think? Definitely lagging. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I'm not sure what's going on. My internet speed is 300 megabits per second, which is substantial. So I'm not sure what's happening. All I can think is that the RAM on my computer is currently messed up. It's too hyped up. So I'm streaming my screen, like you see behind me, with OBS Studio. Now, I've got rid of a lot of stuff on my camera. So what you see behind me is actually what is behind me. I've just got a black wall. The only thing that's different is, where is it? There. This thing. So it's the only element I've added to my video, basically. Thank you, Christian. Yeah, I definitely recommend it. Honestly, you save yourself a lot of grief just consulting me. I think you're wasting your time going other routes, like I said earlier, lots of misinformation out there online. Yes, if I was a bad diet, I would have been seriously injured like other people on there. Yeah, you're very resilient, I think. I think you'll be fine. Let me know how it progresses as well. Get in touch with me through email as well at some point soon. It'd be good to chat with you for a little bit. We'll have to start a GoFundMe to get Jonathan a new computer. Yeah, so I bought this computer secondhand. It was the best I could buy with the money I had in terms of the spec. I was conscious of that. But, you know, it's fitting. At a point where I'm trying to save got a safety net. My nutrition consultancy is good considering where I started. It's very, very good. When I say good, I'm making some money, but I'm not growing my finances, if that makes sense. So it's keeping me afloat. I'll contribute. Yeah, that'd be appreciated. So Darkfield Carnivore has actually joined and Jerome actually. They've both joined my Carnivore Crew Community Challenge, which is a Facebook group focusing on using a carnivore diet or animal-based to build your body. It's basically an accountability kind of private network where you can update a progress photo, talk about training, put training videos up. Basically, if you want me to adjudicate what you're doing and say this is good, this is bad, I can help you with that. Sophie will also be doing it as well. There'll also be some other people in that group who'll quite happily help you out. I think it's good value as well. It's £40 for 4 months. Now, bear in mind, the next closest service to what I provide is, in terms of price, is I believe £24 per month. You know, so you're looking at 40 versus 100 pretty much over 4 months span. And then you get the expertise of an actual bodybuilder that has helped lots of people, has gone to shape themselves and can help guide you along the way. So I think the value of this is excellent. Obviously, I would say that because I'm the one running it, but honestly, they're back when I started, I'd definitely signed up. Yeah, your truck does, doesn't it, Rick? Very good. I feel to use vegetable oil and centrifuge it as well as use sodium hydroxide. Brilliant. Rick, you always find a funny way to turn a carnivore bodybuilding chat into something to do with cars or ducks. I love it. Very resourceful. Yeah, thank you. I'm looking forward to it a lot. I mean, I think I've got around about 11 or so people in the group already. And the number is good if people contribute. I'll be posting my own sort of workouts in there. I mean, my training logs. So I'm doing this in the gym, this, that, and the other. You know, you guys can see what I'm doing pretty much. I have a start day, so every few weeks I might do a progress photo, see what's happening. It'll be a very honest group. So if I'm looking like crap, I'll post a picture of myself looking like crap. You guys will see the pros and cons of trying to develop your body and what techniques you might use. And it will be very informative if people choose to be active in it, I think. Yeah, I've got currently 12 people in the chat, guys. If you put your questions in the chat, that would be very helpful. Or you can just pick a topic and I'll ramble about it for a bit. So I've got about 10 minutes left. So if that's helpful for you guys, let me know. I'll bring Deborah out as well for a quick chat. Just because she's here. Or he's here. What do you think? Pretty good, eh? Yeah. I've got lots of teddies here. Loads of them. Absolutely loads. I've actually got some yellow specs as well. What do you think? These are quite useful for like daytime. You know, like you're around a family member's house or something, you sort of be watching the TV or you've got a light on. It's quite useful. I don't like intense lights, so that's quite helpful for me. I have managed to position the light on a slight angle towards me now, so the lighting should be better. The perks of having these glasses at the top, they've got quite a tinted brim, if that makes sense, an edge. So that means it blocks out the light from slightly overhead. So it's quite helpful for me because I don't like intense light. Yes, because I do not bodybuild myself, but I'm carnivore, and actually for my diet, it's really strict for me in some ways. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, you remind me of my uncle. He's pretty strong, but he's not like a bodybuilder or anything. He's a tall guy as well. So it's cool to see that people that aren't training are still getting the physical development benefits that, at least in terms of strength, that they should have as a human. 3 likes, that's horrendous. I'll pin this comment. I needed to hear this today, Jonathan. Yeah. What do you need to hear out of interest? The fact that I'm not a perfect human and nothing goes my way. Deborah the Boy, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I believe Deborah will be making another appearance tomorrow on Bart K's live Q&A. Unfortunately, we're having issues at the moment with things. No one's done anything wrong, but he's having some audio issues. I'm having audio issues. It seems to be a bit strange, to be honest. And actually, I'll just say this note is I had an email today from Miss Jacqueline Fade, who was on my channel on Monday, a fellow carnivore dieter and advocate for physical and mental development. And she has unfortunately had to come off social media to keep her presence, essentially, in terms of her job position. So I can't really speak on this or give details about it because it's not my news to tell. So I'm going to respect that, but we probably won't have her back on the channel. But it was good to have her on for the last chat, so I appreciate the time that she did offer us. That's good for you, Sheena. Yeah, I mean, I ate, was it half a Toblerone bar, some Twizzlers the other day, well, about 2 weeks ago now. But I stopped, which was an interesting thing. I never been able to stop for. Usually if I have something, I have to finish the whole thing. I knew it wasn't going to be good for me. So I'd still say I'm above 99% carnivore in terms of the meals I have, which is excellent. I do not want to come off plan if I can help it. It always inspired me to keep doing my best for health. Yeah, you got to really. I'm always inspired by the people in the gym, for example, that like the ones that you don't think go to the gym. You know, I think they're trying to do something here. They're trying to achieve something which is difficult for them, you know. When I started, it was all overwhelming and daunting for me, and people would kind of look at me and think, "Oh, what's a skinny guy doing here?" You know. Now I'm inspired by people that are starting up. I'm in kind of in the other position where I'm a fitter kind of individual, does a physical development, and now I'm looking at those people thinking, "Wow, they're starting from truly square one, and they're coming a long way," and that does inspire me a lot. So I appreciate that, Gina. Thank you for saying that. LED on you. Light. Yeah, what do you mean by that? Do you mean like on the side or something, or ahead, above? Something. I was looking at that. Your chat doesn't seem to like me today. That's not good. Is it that you're submitting questions and not coming up? Yes, Chris, I have banned some words from my chat so they do not ever come up. I want to be very clear about on this channel, I do not advocate for the use of any performance-enhancing drugs. At times I will talk about them in a informative way, but it's never to advocate using them as, you know, what kind of person am I if I'm going to tell someone how to do something using that sort of thing? You know, it's not sensible. So yeah. Do not use that word on my channel because it won't let you. I had someone try and convince me that cholesterol is more dangerous than steroid. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? I don't see that being true. Oh yeah, of course, Sheena. I mean, if we didn't have a ray of hope in us, we wouldn't keep going, would we? Like, think of all the people that have setbacks in their life. They go through serious health consequences. They have cancer. They've got terminal diseases. You know, they'd just top themselves if they didn't have hope. We all have to have hope, I think. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. It's definitely a long it's a long haul approach I've had towards building my body. People look at me and think, oh, he's just taken loads of gear and got it. No, it's been a lot of hard work. And people that know me will know what I've done to get into the shape. We're looking at thousands of hours in the gym, thousands of hours cooking meals, thousands of hours researching the best methodologies. So yeah, it takes a long time to master anything, I think, but I've still got development to acquire, definitely. Yeah, Pim was proud actually. I did let her know, and I was very upfront with her on her channel. Her live Q&A recently, I think it was like 2-3 days ago. She's well impressed, and I was like, you know what? Come from someone that coaches people with carb cravings. It's what to me. I valued that a lot, so I felt proud of myself as well. As a large person, it's daunting to be in the gym. It's hard work, but when you see your results, it helps keep the motivation there. Definitely. We've all got different starting points, My starting point post-surgery was being paralyzed on my left side, not able to move, not able to turn over, barely able to pick up a glass of water, to now be able to walk around and do stuff. Brilliant. Yeah, I sure hope so. Honestly, I would. I'm not sure if you mean me or Sophie. I think, yeah, Sophie. Yeah, Sophie is incredibly motivating, much more than I am, I think. Especially as a female, 2 children, 2 C-sections, just a lot to recover from. Yeah, completely. Incandescence. So, okay. Yeah, if you could link me to whatever stuff you're on about, that'd be helpful to know. I'm not sure what light I've got, but they're really bright. I need to probably change them at some point. Those little studio bulb things, I don't like them, but unfortunately, I'm not really great at changing light bulbs. I'm quite useless at most things, in case you guys haven't realised. Very good. I'll wrap this up in about a minute or two, guys. If you've got any questions, please put them in the chat now. Do not leave it till the last minute. So get it in quick. Question: do longer fasts, 3+ days, have any purpose for cutting weight in a bodybuilding context, or should they be avoided? I'm tempted to do one, but worried about muscle loss and skyrocketing sex hormone binding globulin. Probably not if you're training regularly. If you're doing like a 4-day per week training split, on off, rest, or whatever it happens to be, I probably wouldn't be doing 3-day fasts. If you're in a rush to get into shape, it could be useful, but it mean if you're close to the point where you're coming onto a contest stage and trying to cut weight to get into particular shape to reach the weight category that you're trying to get into, whatever it is, then yeah, you're going to have to do that sort of thing. But if you can avoid it, I would avoid it. No one ever got a better body from not eating, in my opinion, at least in terms of like building muscle and losing fat at the same time, or doing that in a similar sort of time span. I think you almost have to push in one direction or the other, if that makes sense. You should worry about losing muscle doing that. Yeah. Me, Rick, and Sheena do not like fasting. Not because it's useless or it's not an effective tool, but because I like to eat food. I don't see a need to for myself. Now, if I was 400 pounds and wanted to expedite my results, I'd probably something like that. If I had a severe autoimmune reaction, something I want to clear my body quickly, I'd do something like that. There's a few other extreme circumstances, but I don't think deliberately fasting is useful. I think listening to hunger signals is probably your best bet, provided you're providing your body with the proper human nutrition from an effective carnivore diet. Doesn't surprise me. I mean, I've got a current client, lovely lady, but she's using some fasting, which is fine. I mean, like a day or so every week. But it's not. I've said to her, like, don't push it. You'll get a faster result with fat loss, but you push it too hard and you'll lose muscle. You never lose muscle. At least if you're trying to maintain your metabolic rate. We'll leave in 1 minute, guys. I'll cut my fat a bit, keep protein higher if I want to drop anything. Yeah, I find the same thing. What's interesting thing though is I'm actually having more dairy at the moment, loads of cheese, because it's quite palatable because I can't eat a lot, and my weight is staying on. It's quite all right. It's about 109 kilos at the moment, which is a respectable weight for me. It's like my cruising weight. It's where I feel quite comfortable. So, but I'm doing that with quite a low fat diet. When I say low fat, I mean low for me. So it's quite an interesting experience I'm having. The dairy itself does seem to keep weight on. There's something about it, the anabolic, leucine triggering, insulin producing, eliciting stuff in dairy. I don't know. I don't think of a way to explain that, but if you eat too much dairy, it can cause more anabolism or weight gain, I think. Agreed. I never fast. I'd rather eat the correct diet. Yeah, what you're doing. Perfect diet. Animal fat, animal protein, with food locally to you. Yeah, it'd probably save a lot of hassle, wouldn't it, Sheena? It's a lot of grief if you just didn't eat food. Guys, you should look up the story of Sean Roden. He had his jaw wide shut, I believe, because he had some serious injury, and he had to prepare for a bodybuilding competition, the Mr. Olympia, drinking only protein shakes, and he did it, and he came 5th. That's incredible. People have no idea about bodybuilding. Like they don't understand how much dedication goes into it. I'm not just saying this because I do it, but anyone that does it. I see these guys training, and I think, wow, that's incredible. You know, the amount of dedication and sacrifice that goes into it. Probably the self-satisfaction they get out of it as well. The physical reward they get of it, and they see themselves in the mirror and they're getting better every day or week. You know, there's a lot of value. Which favorite lift? Bench, squat, deadlift. I had my spine fused about 10 weeks ago, Chris. So probably none of those. I don't do any of those lifts currently. If I was to say one, it'd probably be the squat, if I could do it, sort of thing, if that makes sense. The squat would be my preferred lift. Favorite based on the fact that I'm good at it. I can squat 240 for 240 kilos or 245 kilos for 8 repetitions. I think that's quite a fairly good sort of lift. Bench, don't like bench. Good for tearing your shoulders up and tearing your pectoralis major. Deadlift, not really been good for my back. I do like a Romanian deadlift when I could do it, but that's about it really. I do use machines because of safety elements, because when you really pack on the size, you end up not really doing many free weights because it's a lot of torment to get them up on your shoulders or above your back or whatever it is. You know, there's a lot of pressure for your body, which I don't quite like. Yeah, it was incredible, Sean, getting that achievement. Unfortunately, he died a few years ago, which was very upsetting for the bodybuilding world, but we move on. Brilliant. I'm off now anyway because my mum's going to be waiting for me when she wakes from surgery. Thank you very much for attending my short but sweet Carnivore Ramblings live Q&A. If you'd like to leave a like, a comment below the video, and perhaps consider subscribing if you haven't already, that'd be great. Look out for my future videos. I'll be doing lots of training stuff coming up. Talking about training and doing some training as well. Getting the filming in for the training is quite tricky with equipment I have and how things are set up, but I'll try and give you guys some useful ideas about how to do things effectively, safely, and to maximize your physique goals whilst reducing the impact on your health. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Cheers.